But either way, the Call Me Crazy show.
Here's on Arizona, the Call Me Crazy show here in Indio, California, man.
You see that? The Call Me Crazy show. 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 The Call Me Crazy show.
My name is Ray Daniels. I'm a crazy motherfucker. I get so wasted on TV.
The Call Me Crazy show. And I can't tell you what, Matt.
Am I on? Am I on? I guess I'm on. Sorry. This is the Call Me Crazy show, episode 187. Episode 187. Ooh, wow, I never get to see this. Cool. This is my TV show for quite a while, Call Me Crazy, but anyways, it's been 10 years this month, if I'm correct.
That is correct. Today is actually the 10-year anniversary of the first filming, which took place on, what was it, March 14th or something like that?
Point is, it's 10 years this month.
Yeah. Back when I used to talk all the time and blather and interrupt Ray.
Nah, and it's 10 years. Anyways, it's been 10 years, so this is an anniversary show. No cake, no barbecue, but maybe for the 15-year anniversary, we'll have a benefit show. Yeah, right. But anyways, what I want to talk about is we're over here at an undisclosed location, and last Sunday night, me and Marty, we went to go see a band. They're always fighting Foo. And anyway, the Foo Fighters played Sunday night at a Jobbing.com arena, and that was my first time ever going there. I got a kick of seeing the University of Phoenix Super Bowl stadium next door to it. But anyways, the Foo Fighters played a great show. I can honestly say they played over 15 songs, right? At least more than a dozen songs they played. And their encore alone, they played 3 songs. But it was a great show. And for me, it's bittersweet because, as we all know, 2008, and I saw Foo Fighters a couple days ago. But it was nothing like back in October of, September or October of '93, Marty and our pals were able to score some Nirvana tickets. Nirvana was playing at the Veterans Coliseum up in Phoenix, and it was during the county fair, during the state fair, I believe. But anyway, the point is, me and my buddy Chris Duncan, we all know who he is. Point is that we couldn't come up with the monies in time for the ticket. I forgot what the deal was, but the deal was that everybody was able to score Nirvana tickets except for me and Chris. And anyways, the point of the story is that I think we called in sick that day, me and Chris, and we were like, well, you know what? We ain't gonna let it stop us. If Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl are gonna be playing up in Phoenix in support of the new album called In Utero, well, I'll be down. Well, we're gonna hitchhike. So that's what we ended up doing. And so I remember we had no money whatsoever. We probably had like maybe $5 between us. So the point is, we bought some chocolate cupcakes, and I think we had a pack of cigarettes, I believe, and a jug of water. But the point is, we had our flannels on, so we were totally in the grunge moment. But anyways, it's 1993 October. We went our way to Phoenix hitchhiking, and by the time we hit the highway, we already passed Miracle Mile, and we were thinking that nobody's gonna pick us up. But anyway, the point of the story is, I keep saying that, is that we ended up drawing writing on a cardboard, Nirvana. So we held up the sheet of cardboard right there by Miracle Mile on I-10, and believe it or not, these 2 girls, or should I say 2 ladies, from the Washington D.C. area happened to see our sign, and they got off on the frontage road on Miracle Mile, and they picked us up, and they said, "Hey, are you guys going to the Nirvana show up in Phoenix?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's what we're trying to get to." So the girl was like, "Well, come on in." So total memorable day. But anyway, so we get in the car, and their car just was, I think, maybe one of those I want to say one of the hatchback cars, but I want to be able to say it was a late 70s hatchback. And these girls had every conceivable Muppet figure you can name in the car. So we're already tripping out. We're like, you know, we just got picked up. And by the way, yes, they were very attractive. But anyway, so we're going up to Phoenix, and we're so excited. Like, thank you so much. We had no ticket, but we want to go see Nirvana at the Coliseum. And the two girls say, "Well, you know what? We want to go see Jesus Lizard." And I'm not even sure they even played that night. The point is that they said, "Yeah, we're gonna go see Jesus Lizard, and Nirvana might show up." No, whatever. So anyway, so that would happen. So we're going up there. And the girl said, "You sure you don't want to stick around with us?" You know, because this is back in our drinking and drugging days. So we made an offer, and they liked the offer, but they turned down our offer to drink and drug again. But anyways, we said, like the buttheads we were, we said, you know, just drop us off in front of the Coliseum. They never dropped us off in front of the Coliseum. They dropped us off by the freeway up in Phoenix, and they said, "You know what? Well, we'll check you guys later." And I remember correctly, we gave them some drugs. I can talk about that because this was 15 years ago. But anyways, so we ended up giving some drugs for the ride. So they thanked us, and they asked us once again, "You sure you guys don't want to come with us?" We're like, nah, we'd rather see Kurt Cobain Hotel. So they dropped us off. We ended up walking maybe 2 miles. We kept asking everybody, "Hey, you know where the Coliseum is at?" "Yeah, get down that way, down that way, down that way." And the whole time we're drinking and drugging. So we get to a, should I even tell this story? Fuck it. I guess I will. So me and Chris, we were panhandling. You know, we were being gutter punks back then. So we were able to buy some Dorito chips, and I remember this very fondly, because I remember at one point we were on the good side of town, or in a good neighborhood, and we were by a porn theater, and my friend Chris Duncan, he's like, "You know what? I gotta go run in and do my narcotic deal real quick." So he went in there, and I'm outside the porn theater waiting for him to come out. When he comes running out, and he stops and looks at me, and I guess I'm so out of it, and I don't really remember, but there was a bum eating out of my same bag of Doritos. And I come to think of it, I vaguely remember that, you know, and Duncan was like, I remember he said, like, "How can you let that guy stick his hand in your bag of Doritos when he's in front of the porn theater, and you're in front of the porn theater?" And I said, "Well, it doesn't even matter because you're rolling a doober inside a porn theater, inside a booth." So he's like, "Forget it, let's go find Nirvana." So we hit the road again, and by this time we're still panhandling, and we get to the Coliseum. We buy tickets to get into the state fair. We get into the state fair. We're fucking happy as shit, and there's lights everywhere, and of course we're drinking and drugging. And so it's a total Jim Morrison moment. And this whole time, me and Chris were convinced that we're going to see Nirvana, and we're convinced that we're going to run into Marty and my brother and all our friends from the neighborhood. And after a while, it's obvious there's so many people there, we ain't going to run into them. So it comes showtime, and we try to go buy tickets. We try to go buy tickets for that Nirvana show, and it turns out it was sold out. So, and apparently it's a sheriff's department, a sheriff officer who told us this. And he's like, "Sorry guys, And I remember thinking for one split moment, this inner sense of rage took over. I had a homicidal, diabolical urges to my karma that moment. I remember thinking, after all this time and trouble, only to fail at the finish line. And so we stuck our ear to the concrete on the wall, and I swear to God, to this day, I swear to God, I heard a Nirvana song. I almost thought I heard Lithium. Did they even play Lithium that night? So maybe I did hear Lithium. So that was the closest I ever got to hear Kurt Cobain and company. Now, fast forward 15 years, bam, 2008. Now, I'm sober, no more drinking, and I finally got to see Pat Smear and Dave Grohl, and it's funny because these guys were 2/4 of the band Nirvana at one point, if I'm right. So when I saw Dave Grohl last week and Pat Smear jamming out Foo Fighters song at the Jobbing.com arena, it was a great moment. I was 15 years in the making, and in that time we suffered the death of Kurt, and God knows how many times that Foo Fighters came to town since, but I had a great time. Great show, and the best part about it for me with Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters, they played an old Nirvana song. It was a B-side, if I'm correct, on Heart Shaped Box. It was a B-side back in 1993 on Heart Shaped Box in October of '93. And they played the song called Marigold. And wow, talk about having an acid, peyote, LSD flashback. I had one that night. It's like, I couldn't even believe my eyes. I was so happy to finally see Dave Grohl and Pat Smear. Because in 1995, as a matter of fact, that same year, me and Marty were lucky enough to meet Chris Novoselic, right? 95? We met him the day that they released the new Beatles song, if I'm correct. But anyway, that's another story, but I want to talk about that. Well, fuck it. If I'm talking about Dave Grohl, I might as well talk about Chris Novoselic. We met Chris Novoselic at Club Congress in 1995. Wasn't a very big thing. It seemed like we were the only people who knew who he was. But anyways, his band called 275 played. And one of my fondest moments of that, it was breaking down his setup, right? And that's when I grabbed the hi-hat and I ran around. I did a little jig thing around the Club Congress floor. But for all you Nirvana fanatics out there, remember in the Smell Like Teen Spirit video, that kid ran around during the mosh pit holding the hi-hat. But what a great time that Foo Fighters show was. I gotta say, love that area though, that new part of Glendale now, where they have the University of Phoenix NFL Arizona Cardinals Stadium, which I love the Arizona Cardinals, love those guys. Next year will be your year, but I love the Arizona Cardinals, and when I saw the University of Phoenix stadium, it was such a treat seeing the fucking red cardinal, huge cardinal mural on the wall and saying this is our own team, and I love those guys. And I remember back in 1988, this is 20 years ago, I'm at Maxwell Junior High at this time, and they were being called Phoenix Cardinals, and I remember thinking, that's fucking lame. Why does Phoenix get all the fun? And then, I think it was a year later, they became Arizona Cardinals, and I love those guys ever since. But it's great to see that the city of Glendale really have their city planning down. Apparently, for me, Real Normal and Tucson should be what Glendale and Phoenix downtown should be. Okay, I might be back in a few minutes, but I'm kind of thirsty, so I need to get some water. So I'll be back. But we're gonna talk about Hillary Clinton and Barack. Be back. All right. Alrighty, I'm back. I sated, my thirst is sated. But anyways, talking about Hillary Clinton, Call Me Crazy, the official it's the official endorsement for Hillary Clinton. Love that lady. I want her to be president. Don't get me wrong, I like Barack Obama too. I'm a lifelong Democrat, and I don't care if I tell you people or not. The days and years of secrecy between everybody is over. That what Call Me Crazy is. Pro Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and God forbid, and it's official now that John McCain got the Republican nomination, and President Bush officially endorsed him. So, which means I saw a political cartoon the other day of President Bush endorsing himself. So John McCain, if he were to win the presidency, he'd be entering the presidency at the oldest age of 72. But the point is that if John McCain were to win the presidency and not Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama, then that means we're in for another 4 years of the same stuff that's been going on for the past 8. So my point is, I know people are talking about change, but we hear that word every 4 years. And for me, Hillary Clinton would be the better president, and not because of the gender issue. It's because I feel she's more aware of how Washington works. Bill Clinton, her husband, was a former president for 8 years, and she's a senator now, so she knows how to run, how to get things run, hopefully, in Washington. Whereas I feel that Barack Obama, he will get a lot of closed doors shut in his face if he was to take over the White House. You know, a lot of liberals and conservatives and Democrats and Republicans alike, they don't know what to think of this presidential campaign, because by far it's been the most expensive and the longest presidential campaign ever. And now it's not who you vote for, it's who you vote against. And have you seen the money they've been raising up? At one point I remember it was like $30 million one of the Republican candidates raised in a series of dinners over several days. Unbelievable. And I remember Rudolph Giuliani also put in some money, like in the millions. But the point is, it's not who you vote for, who you vote against. So if you're gonna vote, don't vote for anybody. Vote for anybody except, I want to tell you this way, vote for anybody except John McCain. That's what I'm going to tell you. Because at this point right now, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are in a dead heat race to get the Democratic nomination. We don't even know how close it is. They say it's the closest ever. And the point is, for me, it's a same party issue. So it affects me in a way where I don't want no division in our party. But if that was going to come down to, it's not like there's going to be a civil war just because Hillary Clinton supporters are going to go to war over Barack Obama supporters. The point is, I will officially endorse any Democratic nomination, whoever it is, but I wish Hillary Clinton would be into it anyway. And the point is that Hillary Clinton, I feel, can clean up a lot of the messes that the U.S. has faced. And she had said a couple of things that I like. I remember last year she said if I was to win the presidency of the United States, first thing I would do, I would send my husband Bill Clinton abroad. And basically I would send him out and I would make him he would apologize for the U.S. to every country and say, I'm very sorry for how we acted, but hey, we're back in the top now. But anyways, she would send Bill Clinton as ambassador of goodwill, and hopefully to mend fences, because we all know George Bush has made a lot of enemies here and abroad, domestic and abroad. Oh, I feel like Tom Clancy now. But anyways, that's the presidential race. And nothing against John McCain. It's not what he is. It's what he stands for. Can you get that, people? It's not who he is and for what he stands for. And he called himself a Ronald Reagan disciple. Why the fuck you call yourself the Antichrist? No. But anyways, moving past that, I hope Hillary Clinton wins it. And you know what? And I can't even wait. And I'm sorry guys, but I have a morbid fascination, and I hope Hillary Clinton wins the president office, because it would be a great issue to say, hey, there's finally a woman running the country. What if there going to be things different? That's the point. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be something so drastic where she wins and hopefully a year after she took office, bam, after 40 years of trying to make it possible to free health care for every U.S. citizen? You know, I'm thinking that she can do that. I honestly think in her 4-year term, she can honestly say, you know what, I'm going to make it my priority, which she has said, to make every American get free health care. And that'd be the greatest thing she could possibly leave behind in terms of leaving her mark in history. And her other mark in history would be salvaging what's left of foreign relations that the U.S. has with other countries. But and anyways, I'm going to say back in 1991 and 92 when she was helping campaign for her husband Bill Clinton, I had a crush on her. But I know I'm old, folks. I'm old. I'm 68 years old. But anyways, I was a senior. I was a senior in the Fast Times at Ridgemont High years. But anyways, I had a crush on her, and but that was then. So the next thing I want to talk about is oh yeah. All you people out there can see what I'm wearing. For all you NASCAR fans out there, number 8 now belongs to Mark Martin. Number 8 is not Dale Jr. anymore. Number 88 is Dale Jr. And for all you people who don't know what I'm talking about, that's about NASCAR. Second thing I'll talk about, oh yeah, the Phoenix Suns have acquired a superstar basketball player. They have Shaquille O'Neal, which is going to be a great thing. And the last thing I want to talk about was the emergence of for the past couple of years now, MP3 been what's the word I'm looking for? Remastered music has come out for a lot of bands, and for me now, hearing the new like the Doors remastered 5.1, if I'm correct. You see what I'm saying? 10, 15 years ago, that was unheard of, but now hearing these new versions of these new songs is astounding. And the other day, I remember a friend of mine, we heard, I won't say his name, but we were hearing Eleanor Rigby in my room, and he said to turn it off because he was having an acid flashback. But I don't know who it was, but I can't remember his name. But anyways, it's great to hear all these old songs. They sound as new. I think they sound better. And there was I heard I Am the Walrus the other day. The new version, I guess. I don't know what you call it, the anthology version. But wow. It's the 95 mix version, but wow, I heard it full blast and it still holds up. I'm not too crazy about those new songs though. But what else I want to talk about? Nothing much. No Country for Old Men won Best Picture. No surprise there. The Coen Brothers finally won Best Director. How long they've been making movies? What, 22 years, I believe? Didn't they make Raising Arizona? See, I knew it. Back then, that blew my mind when I first saw it. That's the first time I ever saw Nicolas Cage. Even though I did see him in Fast Times at Ridgemont High at a drive-in here in town. And it didn't register to me later that he was the same guy. and raising Arizona. But anyways, I'm out. I was kind of disappointed with the Oscars. Boring as shit like always. But I still have to watch them, I know. And I still do. More out of curiosity thing. If it could be my way, I will make it in 10 minutes. Like bam, 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 bam. You know, no show, no nothing. Just like printed in every paper in the country. That'd be even better. You wake up, you don't even know. Everybody wakes up, have to like wait and pick it in the morning paper. Wouldn't that be better? You wait, you know, none of this waiting at these presenters, celebrity presenter, and the winner is. And the Oscar goes to you. You're like, fuck that. Get put it in the morning paper. Wait for the morning edition for the paper. That's what I do for the past 4 years. It's like, best picture coming up at 10:30. I gotta go to bed. Just wait for the following day, and you can just look at the list. And it's like, oh yeah, No Country for Old Men. Why am I not surprised? But yeah, that's the way they should officially do it. No one knows until they wake up. So say you made it like a gladiator type movie, dude, and it's up for best picture, and you don't even know if you won. You have to wait like everybody else. That'd be great. Like, oh my God, I just won best picture, and you'd be winning best picture on your front lawn with nobody around. That's even better. Alright, I'm happy, I'm off. I got things to do, places to go. Lately, the weather in town's been kind of icky. Oh, and yeah, one thing I do want to talk about is a week and a half ago, I was reading the newspaper, and I'm a big fan of reading. So all you people out there in La La Land, read. Read. I don't care if you're taking a shit in the restroom, read. Read anything. I love reading anything. Just read anything. It doesn't matter. Just read. It's good for you. But anyways, I was reading a news article which contained a picture in the newspaper and talk about mind-blowing photography, if you will. There was a Mars satellite that took a picture of an avalanche in progress. It's the first known picture of some sort of known action occurring on the red planet called Mars. But anyways, the picture is several hundred miles up in the atmosphere, but it's a great picture. But anyways, I don't have a picture of it. Maybe we could find it maybe later or for next week. But anyways, it's a creepy picture because you have a bird's eye view of completely looking down, and apparently what it is, this sheet of ice rock, or huge slabs of rock of ice, slid off a slope, and the satellite was managed to be passing over it and snapped the picture. And I saw the picture, and it looks like something out of Hollywood, I swear. But the coolest thing, because it's really real, and hopefully we can find it for you guys next week. But you can see all this the dust billowing out, and it's a cool picture, and maybe we can find it later on. And what else is going on? Yeah, well, March 08 is moving right along. Not going to Coachella this year, and I feel like this is a stupid TV confessional, but it isn't. But I don't feel guilty because of not going to Coachella, because there's other pressing needs. All right, I'm out. I gotta go. I got things to do. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But it's out here in Vail is lovely. And before I sign off, I'd like to say thank you TCCC for making the Call Me Crazy show for 10 freaking years. Thank you guys. Maybe when you first saw this you were 8 years old, now you're 18. Maybe when you first saw this you were 20, now you're 30. So maybe you had gone to the birth of a loved one, or bought a new car during the whole time, or maybe you get grew up right along with me. But anyway, I'm gonna tear up. Oh my God! But I gotta go. So thanks a lot, guys. This is 10 years of Call Me Crazy. This is gonna be news to you guys. This is my last episode, guys. So I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just kidding.